I never played Yoshi's New Island. A, because I didn't have enough money at the time, and B, because when I could afford it, nobody said it was very good, so I didn't bother. Yoshi's Woolly World, however, seems completely different. Not only can I afford it, which doesn't really say anything about the game, just my economy status, the game looks promising, with the levels shown at E3 and other events looking very unique. Plus it's on the Wii U, so any game going on that system is a good thing. First of all, let's talk about the graphics, and you should probably know what I think. It looks fucking amazing. Everything is made out of wool, and when I mean everything, I mean basically everything. The backgrounds, the sky, the grass. I love how much detail has been put into this game, and it's also not too realistic that it will make it look creepy. Instead, it's enough to make it look extremely cute. The story of Woolly World isn't really that good, but it doesn't need to be, since this is a Yoshi game and none of the previous games in the series have had a very complex story either. One day all the Yoshis are in the main hub world, which is also the place where you look at extra things, which I will be talking about later, until Kamek appears and splits up the Yoshis into balls of yarn. Two of the Yoshis escape Kamek's Wand Blast or whatever, and then attack Kamek. This causes the bag to get loose, and while Kamek is trying to fly away, the yarn drops out onto the land below. The levels in Woolly World are a vast improvement over the original Yoshi games, mainly because the tiny design differences put into it make the game a lot easier and less stressful. The original 3 collectibles are back as always, with one new collectible being the new yarn balls that you collect. The yarn turns into Yoshi skins and the flowers turn into extra levels. In the original games it was very stressful because you had to collect all the collectibles in one shot. In Woolly World however you don't. Heck, you don't even need all the same item in one go. This means you can have one go getting all the collectibles and then another go getting through it without damaging yourself. There is a slight difference to the collectibles, though not a small one. They aren't called the same things as they were in Yoshi's Island. The red coins are now called badges, but the badges are exactly the same as they are in Yoshi's Island. There are still 20 and you find them in between coins. In fact, making them badges actually helps me because they look more different than the coins now. The bosses in Woolly World are disappointing. Not only are they pretty repetitive and don't require you to think much to beat them, they are very easy to kill skill wise and don't take many hits. This is a shame because Yoshi's Island and DS had fantastic bosses, both in design and difficulty. The biggest improvement this game has to the original is the transformations. In the original you would transform into animals and vehicles to go through one small segment so you can get to the end of the level. This time, not only is there loads more transformations, the levels are way more interesting. Rather than just digging through dust, you're jumping over enemies and becoming a massive Yoshi and destroying things, kinda like Epic Yarn when you turn into a tank bomb. Aside from the levels, there are also extra things that either help you in the game or are cool bonuses for completing levels and getting the collectibles. There are 2 modes in the game. The normal mode is the main version, but there is also another mode called Mellow Mode. I'm not fully sure what Mellow Mode does, but I do know it lets you skip levels, which I completely disagree with. There are badges that you can use additionally to help you in Mellow Mode. These badges give you items and stuff to help you in the levels. These aren't as bad as skipping because you're at least playing the game, but having the same option as skipping whether you choose it or not is bad because it's basically saying don't play the game. At the hub there are a few houses that have extra content once you collect items in the game. The first house is the Yoshi room. This has all the Yoshis you have pulled back together from finding the yarn. But you don't just look at them, you can also play them in the game. I think this is a great way to make people complete the game since there are many Yoshis to play as. The other room is a viewing room. Once you have completed the levels you can see images of the bosses and enemies you have defeated and listen to music of the levels. I wish more games had stuff like this because it's nice to have a complete soundtrack and look at the enemies without going into a specific level. In conclusion, this game is nice, and not the general nice. It's a nice that is charming, cute and fun, which is exactly what this game is. I don't remember the other Yoshi games being this thought out, but maybe it is because I didn't play much of them.